Where do they go? Gone forever? Or can they show? What if you could find someone between to bridge the gap of those unseen?
I see departed souls, and I'm able to communicate with them. I get messages from beyond, from your lost loved ones. You may be surprised at what they have to say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the amazing Michele Livingston.
Oh,
hey,
hello,
Michele.
John.
Hi.
Hi.
Great to have you back, sweetheart.
It's so good to be back. We've had a warm spell here in central Pennsylvania, and it's been 60 to 65 degrees, and I'll tell you, that's a gift from heaven.
Well, that's really nice. It's been raining like cats and dogs here in California, which we really need. So, we're not complaining about it, but we're not used to it. So that's for sure. It's not really designed for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And typically here in winter, even up to in March, we can have a few feet of snow. So I'm not complaining. It's been gorgeous. The sun's been shining, and makes you in a good mood. It lifts your spirits.
Yes.
When you're in the sun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. After the rain clears, it's just so crisp and clear and beautiful. And then sometimes we get rainbows, which is beautiful too.
Oh my, that's one of my symbols. I love the rainbow. I was married in Hawaii and in Maui, and a rainbow is typically painted across the sky every single day. And talking about rainbows and different people's soul portraits or scenes. I know you liked yours during a reading when I did one for you, John.
Yes.
But more and more, our webmaster, he's able to digitize beautiful prints. People love them. And I'm getting a lot of tropical prints lately. So I wanted to explain that to people. I had a couple questions about it, especially over the weekend. People hear about me sometimes through friends. But I'm an artist, and I've been painting since I'm 3 years old. And I have 3 angel helpers. They're called the light beings. And as we know, 3 is the number of protection. So to relax the person and to help to open up their energy, after I say a prayer of protection and put the CD player on, the angels come in and literally align with the person's auric field, the person's energy, thought forms, and patterns, extending out a spiritual scene, not a physical, but spiritual scene that has different symbols in it. And by the time they're done, my angels with interpretation, it's exactly the personality of the individual, their journey. And I love to do them. And actually people ask me not to stop doing them because they use them as meditation tools, John. And many of them have them digitized, as I said, into print. So if you go on my website, michellelivingston.com, and click in soul portraits, you'll see the beautiful renderings that are on the front end, I say, at the beginning of the readings. They last maybe 15 minutes in interpretation. And then, of course, the parade does begin with all the angels and the loved ones and the spirit guides and so on. So it's a bonus.
Yeah.
It is. And it never ceases to amaze me how each creature, each bird, every flower represents something. And I think I did one last week where there was a beautiful rainbow arching over the meadow. And that's what made me think of that. So rainbow in the metaphysical sense represents balance and alignment because all the chakra colors are represented in that. And with that said, the person's trying to balance themselves on all levels, whether it's nutritionally, emotionally, physically, mentally. It's a good sign.
Yeah.
Right? And I have an old saying I always say, it takes both rain and sunshine to make a rainbow.
That's true.
So those listening or watching, if you're going through some hard times out there, remember there's always the rainbow, there's always the sun that will come out after the rain. How about it, John?
You got it. I 100% agree with that one. Rainbows are such a great symbol and sign that, peace and great things to come.
And balance as well. So I've had some great confirmations. I really enjoyed doing the show with the Indigo girls, all about indigos, and had a lot of nice comments, a lot of nice views. But there was a lady in Colorado, I think I mentioned her, but I'm not quite sure. Her son passed, bless her, and she called in, and he came in pretty loud and clear, down to what tattoos he had on his arm. But he said, "Mom, I love you, watch for the eagle." And we know that loved ones will send messengers in the form of birds or sometimes butterflies. But she was sitting at her window at work, and there's a huge, beautiful tree, and she started to glance out, and an amazing eagle came and landed right by the window.
Wow.
And had its wingspan, oh my gosh, of maybe 8 feet. And she knew that was her son. So she thanked me for that. And sometimes things happen after a reading. So the future's never etched in stone, but love never dies. That is true.
Yeah.
So we feel them, we hear them, we see them. And someone else came this weekend to my office here in Campbell, Pennsylvania, and her mother had just passed 3 or 4 months ago. She was a little overwhelmed. Her scene, spiritual soul portrait made perfect sense. And her mother stayed a pretty long time. Now, her mother, like I said, had only been passed away 3 or 4 months. And as we know from my book, Living in the Afterlife, too, we go through a life review. So her mother described her departure and what tunnel colors and beautiful rainbow sparkles she had, and how she was met by pets, loved ones, and is now waiting and preparing for the life review, John. So I thought that was really interesting. I love doing my work because you never know who's going to say hello from heaven, and you really never know exactly telepathically what they're going to give you.
Right.
Information. Mm-hmm.
No. Wow.
So it's always good to have questions and ahead of time.
Yeah.
And to be able to focus on what you want to hear. Because when you do that, the energy shifts and becomes very concise and very focused.
And you mentioned earlier before the show, you said that you've been getting a lot of people writing you about having a lot of loss. So a lot of people are experiencing loss, and that we were going to focus today on really connecting with those recent losses in particular, but we're going to connect with whoever comes through, of course. But we're focusing today on connecting with our loved ones and our pets in spirit.
And that's the other thing. It's a little unpredictable, John. You really don't know who's going to say hello. It's an open playing field when you do this. And I think at some point I had a reading this last couple of days where a husband from a girl's best friend's husband came through and talked explicitly about their life together. And she said, well, I've had 2 girlfriends that have lost husbands. So which one is it? He proceeded to show me rosary beads and tell me what the memorial was like in detail. So that was a wonderful confirmation for her girlfriend to take back. And many times they will give messages to take back to those that are friends or relatives on earth. And that's interesting. And people say, well, now my father came through and he was passed away 35 years ago. And how soon can I have a reading where they say hello? I don't know if I told this story, but I had a soul come through the same day as her memorial. There was a group session planned 6 months prior. And in the meantime, the mother had passed away. And her memorial fell on the morning of the group session. And I'll be darned, she came through loud and clear, bless her, in the afternoon and told me all the food that was served at the memorial that morning.
Wow.
So there's no time in the other worlds, in the other dimensions, as we know. So they can come through after several decades, or they can come through the same day.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And your book gets into that. Let's talk a little bit about your book, Living in the Afterlife, because you have written this book with testimonies, really, from people in the afterlife who either you've had contact with in the past. Some of them were former clients. Some of them, one was even your mother, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my mother, Dorothy, God bless her, was an English teacher. I believe we choose our parents, and I chose older parents to learn and grow with. And she came through a few years ago and said, guess what? You're going to be writing a book on heaven, and I'll be helping you. And you need a lot of time to do this. It took 4 years. It started with her describing to me how she left her body and how she went through her connecting portal into the light and what she experienced. She was a person of faith. So she saw the Christ, and she said that we create our own heavens with our thought forms, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
And then there was a whole plethora of souls from relatives, from celebrities, a couple singers. And in fact, this caftan was designed from one of four. It's a copy of the original for one of the celebrities that came through in my book. And she was very popular in the 70s. She had a husband, they sang together. And so I'm honored to wear this in her honor tonight because I've been hearing her singing lately.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, we know our favorite singer, John.
Whitney.
Yes,
Yes.
Whitney Houston came through. And it was so powerful. She talked about, and I say this too, that the music in heaven is so evolved with the frequencies.
Yeah.
And that souls can band together and hum, and this raises the tones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. And colors are beautiful in heaven. And so, and not to jump, but you even had a near-death experience. I think that one of our very first shows we talked about that.
Yes, I did, in the dentist chair of all places. Yeah, in the dentist chair of all places I did, and that was quite an experience. I went to what I consider to be the white room, and everything was just white. And when I recall the experience, I can just tell you that it was shocking. But I could almost hear my guides laughing as if like, you've done this many times before. Why are you, like surprised or whatever. And then I was hearing like chimes and tones that I've never ever, I believe, ever heard on Earth. And then the next thing you know, I become like this thought stream, and I don't feel like I have a body. All I am is energy. And if I think of a question before I ask the question in my mind, it's already answered, like halfway through asking the question in my mind. And I heard a voice speak to me that was both male and female when it spoke. And I don't know, there was some, I would have to say there's a little bit of fear, because maybe I was just going through the process of letting go, and I wasn't really ready to let go, because I got to this feeling of like I was at the edge of a cliff, and if I would have stepped over the cliff, then I would have been on the other side. This happened in 2000, so this was a while ago, but
yes.
I still have vivid memories of it. And thankfully at the time I was working for an online network that had psychics and astrologers and all that, so I ended up getting to speak to them, and they're like, oh, you took a trip to the white room and confirmed it. And then I had an astrology reading later and never told the lady about the about the near-death experience, and she saw it in my chart as being one of those exit points where I could have
Yeah.
So
I think we soul contract a timeline.
Yeah.
And I just posted something on my Facebook page about the near-death experience where individuals actually said what it was like. Someone felt enveloped by love of a being. And then they said the animals and the birds and everything were just totally one in pure unconditional love.
Wow. Yeah.
And they've never felt anything on earth like that. This is a pretty tough training ground, everybody out there.
That's true. Mine felt more like a magnetic pull, almost like a sci-fi kind of experience, really. And it wasn't with all of my senses. It was just, I was like my thoughts. I don't know. It was very, I can't really describe it, Michelle. And at that time, I was really just growing and didn't have a lot of experience with, like I do now, with the afterlife and all of that. So.
And you just became one with the pure love and light and all that is.
Well, when I came back, I was extremely full of love and wanted to go around hugging everybody. And I had wondered, how much of this was the nitrous, because I was given nitrous. That's what happened. I was given nitrous, and I've never used drugs or been drunk, so I never really know what that feeling was like. And this nitrous experience, I was like, is this causing me to think all this, feel? I mean, so there's a lot of skeptic stuff going on, But what they had told me was later that my heart had stopped, and so that's really what had happened. And so I had a brief death experience and came back.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we need you here. Don't try that again.
Oh, thanks. Well, now I'm petrified of going to the dentist. So.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
just tell them not to give you.
It was a root canal, and so you can imagine how stressed you are to begin with going in for one of those. And I'll never do one of those again.
I remember having one, John, where they did a tooth implant, and I was talking to angels when I got away.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to everybody, up there where the angels are, and all the nurses were going.
Yeah.
This was really
Yeah, because the experience was
Right.
like when they were speaking, because I could hear them speaking, it was like whoa, 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 like really, like they were really low vibration, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I was way up there, like the fairies. I mean, it was just kind of,
Well, it is a higher, faster
yeah. Well, I
frequency.
really felt it. I felt like I was like a balloon just floating in the air. I mean, it was an
Hmm.
unbelievable feeling. Yeah,
And it's amazing the way time can is halted here on Earth or can
yeah.
speed up. I was almost in an accident head on years ago, and I remember something said to me, "Stop the car."
Mm.
And it was an intersection, three-way intersection, and I stopped the car, and a truck had passed around me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was in slow motion. It was like tick, tick, tick. And the
Wow.
truck, it was an open bed truck that had furniture in it. And every piece of furniture was just slowly being thrown
Mm.
out of the truck. And if I would have not listened to the voice, I would have been right in the middle.
Wow.
And it was not
Been
meant to be
smashed.
for me. Yeah.
Wow.
So angels can intervene when our
Yes.
timeline's not
Yes,
up.
they do.
Yes,
And
they can.
just like they're intervening in this show, because we, it's like, the show, it takes on a life of its own with the spirit in motion is what I call it. Because we have plans like what we're going to talk about, and then spirit just speaks through us, and we just go in all these
And
different
that's the way it
directions.
should be.
Yeah, exactly. Surrender to spirit, right?
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
And one other shout out I want to say is to thank all those people that sent me inspirational stories about their pets.
Oh, yeah.
My next book is going to be about pets and animals as
great.
messengers, as teachers, as healers, as friends, and even signs from heaven, dreams about pets. It's going to be a beautiful, inspirational book.
Oh, wow.
And I thank everyone. I must have maybe 15 stories that were submitted.
Yeah.
So if you'd like, so far, and if you'd like to submit a story, please do.
Okay.
You can write me at Michele, 1L, at michellelivingston.com. It's a private email, which I'll put out there.
Okay.
And also on my fan page, you can private message me.
Great.
And I have a regular, of course, Facebook page. I'm on there pretty much.
You are. You go back, and that's the thing about Michele. Like, a lot of people watch via Facebook Live. We're streaming right now to Facebook Live, and the thing is, and I post this, we can't see the comments until after the show, but Michele does go back and respond after the show. Sometimes I will see one or two comments come through just because you see maybe 3 or 4 lines, but if I play the show, it will come through. So it would be like a feedback for everybody. So I can't. So that's why we can't see the comments until after. But Michelle's so great about going back and
yes,
and writing.
For those tuning in too, please go to UBN chat room.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Broadcasting network.
Yeah.
I need to still tell my people, the Eastern Pioneers, to get to
get to the chat room,
because you can leave messages there.
Yeah.
You can voice your opinion. You can leave your phone number, so John knows what way they're coming in and what order, and that way you can get through, I think, a little more quickly as well.
Yeah, it definitely helps to prioritize the people in the chat room, because then I can see what number they're calling from, and I can look them up in the call center and then bring them on the air. So it really helps. So if you're listening on Facebook Live right now, please jump into the chat room at ubnradio.com, click on channel 2, and go ahead and use your social media login, and
yes, and also, John, if they're just on my fan page watching, and they call the number that's posted, can they get through, or do they have to go into the UBN chat? That was another question I had.
They can still call the phone number and get through. I just don't know. It's better for them to be in the chat room, just so I know they're listening to the show and all that good stuff, and then I can find them in the chat room and get them on the phone line a lot easier than And sometimes we pick at random, which we know isn't random. That's spirit in motion, as we always say. So Michele will pick a number, or I will just be guided to hit a line. The phone does a screen. The computer answers, and then it transcribes a message to us, but we don't always understand the message because computer doesn't always do a great job of transcribing. So just to give people.
and John, you do a great job as producer.
Oh,
if
thank
you
you.
can see behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
I will make it to California. I want to be in the Gower Tower to see what goes on. But the girl said you were amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Last week, doing all these different things,
Oh, well,
plus co-hosting.
yeah,
So I
it's
thank
kind
you for
of
that.
well, it's my pleasure. It's always a labor of love doing this show with you. So thank you. It's a lot. So I chat with people. I'm doing all the technical stuff. It's a lot, but it's a labor of love with you, hon. So thank you.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I want to thank people. My seminar is half full. It's on April
Great.
2nd in a local restaurant. It's fabulous. It's called What If, the restaurant, and we're having a full served meal, and it's half full. Now, I like to keep the group intimate, small, because I do random readings.
Okay.
And so we typically have 85 to 100 people, and questions and answers. A lot of people want to know about the spiritual journey. They're just now awakening to it.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of groups groups of 5 in families as well. And then I have a wonderful co-host. I think I mentioned that before, Jen Shade.
Yes.
We're on the #1 drive time show here in Central PA in the morning, and she does a fantastic job of co-hosting. So we have fun. It's about laughter. It's about sometimes tears, but it's really about learning.
Yeah.
And getting your feet wet with all of this. And then we take a break, and I come back and do more readings and talk about my books.
Great.
And then we have a wonderful served meal. So if you'd like to join us, it is April 2nd. And that's a Sunday. We always have them on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
A good day to have them, because a lot of the husbands are watching shows, football, whatever.
Right.
And there's a lot of football widows and different sports widows that like to come. But no, that's coming up.
Well, let's go ahead and play the commercial so they can get a look of you in action.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
So we'll come right back.
If you enjoy the Michele Livingston Show and want to see her in person, check out her next live seminar.
So here we go. If you can work with me, close your eyes. We're going to take 8 deep breaths, and we're going to start.
Have you recently lost a loved one?
Who lost a husband recently? I had to take a deep breath with him. I feel it was fairly quick.
Could you be the next one to get a reading?
I think I'm with you, sweetie. There's a name like Bree. They're showing me cheese. That's the new one. They showed me Bree cheese and her daughter's name Bree. See how this works?
This seminar will provide an experience that will truly enhance your understanding of the other dimensions.
When we get over there, we train to help 1 or 2 people that are on the earth plane, and we train to be their guides or their helpers.
And confirm that you
There's a dad figure coming through here.
are never alone.
Did you enjoy it? Oh, thank you so much.
All right, and we're back.
And you know what, John? I was going to say something too.
Yeah.
You were jokingly said the other week the brie part.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you
the brie
actually
cheese.
see
Yes.
I did see a wedge of brie. They work with me with symbols.
Uh-huh.
And each reader does a different approach. So because I'm an artist, I see actually birthstones that represent months. I hear certain vowel sounds, but a lot of symbols they give me to get me to say certain things.
Okay.
Remember the watch we had
Yes.
on the other
Right, and the
couple of weeks
password.
ago?
Yeah.
The password.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
too.
no. And I want to thank all the loyal listeners that come back every week. I'm seeing a lot of the same names in the chat room. And I'm seeing the chat room starting to get full because they're listening and jumping in from Facebook. So that's great. So I want to give out the phone number. It's 323-649-8268. You see at the top of the screen there, 323-649-8268. If you're listening via podcast, this is a live video show that lives on as a podcast. So just to let you know, you can tune in live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. here at UBNradio.com.
And 7 p.m. Eastern time.
7 Eastern. You got it.
Yeah.
So Michelle's in Pennsylvania. I'm here in California, and we do a simulcast here. So it's great.
East Coast, West Coast.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Sometime we'll meet in the middle, John.
I know. I can't wait to have you here in studio. It'll be great. All right. Well, the phone lines are filling up, Michele. So let's get right to it. You ready?
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So let's jump in. Let's see what we got. We're going to go to area code 520-520-237. I think this is Leanne. Hi, you're on the line. Hi, Leanne. Can you go ahead and mute your computer? I'm going to mute you right sec. Okay, so folks, let me just remind folks, if you're listening via your computer, phone, or whatever listening device, please listen through the telephone line. Once you are on the air, you'll hear a beep and you'll hear me call out your area code. Then we hear everything. So just go right into it and speak to Michele. And,
and we have heard everything.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. So just to let you know, I'm going to unmute you. And you should be hearing the show now. And I think we've got Leanne on the line. Leanne, are you there?
Hi, Leanne.
Hi, John and Michele. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good, my dear. Where are you calling from, Leanne?
I'm in Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, boy. Thank you. I'd love to come visit Arizona at some point. It's been a long winter here. What's your question, sweetheart?
Well, I would be interested in getting some information from my mother who passed over about 3 years ago. And I also just have a general question that I think might benefit everybody. And I can ask that first if you like.
Now, what question would benefit everybody? I'd like to hear that.
Well, it feels to me like time is accelerating really quickly right now. And I'm just curious what your take on that is.
Well, I feel the veil is thinning between worlds, Leanne. With this new millennium, there is so much emphasis placed on the paranormal, which really I don't deal with. I deal with the love and light of heaven, but paranormal would deal with the earthbound, discarnate spirit. So there's been a lot of stirring up of the spirit world. And I really think now's the time for awakening. There are many people that awaken in different ways. We said on another show, some people see 1111, which means as above, so below. It is a code to awaken certain people. So whether they see it on clocks or it rings up at the supermarket, something rings up 1111, that's a power number. And I just feel that because of the internet, because of so many opportunities to see a medium or get a reading now, I feel that the spirit world is really saying hello more than ever, Leanne, if that answers your question. And do you feel that things are speeding up, my dear? Is that why you asked the question?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I mean, it's already essentially the end of February, and it feels like the new year was just yesterday.
But also, let me tell you, with age comes the speeding up of.
Yeah.
Remember when you were a little and it seemed like Christmas was like 10 years away? When you had to wait for things, that is. And as we get older, for some reason, I think the energy shifts as well.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. And interesting enough, Andrea in the chat room is saying the Earth's, the Schumann's resonance is vibrating higher than it has in the past. And I think a lot of this has to do with, we talk a lot about ascension and our body being upgraded to our light bodies. And I think that's probably what people are feeling too,
Mm-hmm. So whether you have heart palpitations,
yeah,
try not to worry. I get different things too like that, Leah.
Yeah, ascension symptoms. We talked to that, I think, with Kathy about that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did talk about that to Kathy.
Yeah.
Ascension symptoms, there's a myriad of them, Leanne, and you may want to Google that or look that up because you might be experiencing that yourself.
Yeah, I just put a link in the chat room for everyone. It's ascensionsymptoms.com. You can check it all out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm getting mother, I'm getting nurturing, loving lady, I'm getting someone that loved her family. She did her best with all the children, tried not to group them together, Leanne. I need to tell you, Leanne was my grandmother's name as well. So I'm very fond of that name. Thank you so much. And have you called before about your mother? I feel there's a familiarity here. Have you ever called about?
Yes, I have.
Ah. Well, guess what? She's coming in strongly. There was a birthday or celebration that just was or is coming up that she'll pull her energy down for, okay? And I also have to ask, she's acknowledging a younger male. So that would be a son of someone's or a brother. And this could be the same reading because sometimes I get very similar information, Leanne. Mother, her mind was pretty much intact, but she's thanking you for being there for her. And how is Dad doing? Is Dad passed, sweetheart, your father?
Yes, and he was an absent father, so I don't really know much about him.
I know. She wants you to know she's made peace with him then, and she's met up with him in the heavenly realms. He didn't have an easy childhood. He had a lot of setbacks emotionally. You chose your parents, especially with the abandonment issue, Leanne, of your father, for you to learn to be independent, for you to learn to be on your own. You have a great resiliency about yourself, seriously. That means you are flexible to bouncing back, not playing the victim. You understand what's being said. You're not the poor me. And you have come so far on your spiritual journey, your mother's telling me. I love her eyes. She had beautiful eyes, Leanne. And she's commenting on your eyes as well. I have to say, I want you to think for me and email me or write to me, because balloons are going back and forth. One's a big smiley face. So again, something happened a few weeks ago. Something's around the corner. March is mentioned also very plainly, the third month of the year. So would you please keep open to the month of March, darling?
Okay.
And are you working,
and it was
Leanne?
my brother's. I was
Pardon?
just going to say it was my brother's birthday last week.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Brothers on Earth, correct? Brothers on Earth? Is your brother on Earth?
Yes.
Because sometimes they like to say they were rebirthed in certain months. Thank you for confirming it. Your mother was down at the birthday party, and that's the younger male that she wanted to acknowledge. Okay. And twins are somewhere, Leanne. Twins can mean June connection, Gemini, or actually physical twins back in your family somewhere. So you'll understand that.
No.
And I do also have to say there are changes in your home. So you're going to renovate, fix up. Where's the screen porch or the deck? Is that in the back of your home? The enclosure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your mother likes to spend time out there. And you have sensitive skin. That might have been said before. I do not remember. Watch sun on your skin, sweetheart. Melanoma is mentioned, not that you'll develop melanoma, but you need to cover up sometimes when you go out in the Arizona sun. Would you do that, please?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Any other questions for Mother? I also have your mother's mother. Lovely lady.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah.
You started to say something about work, and I am in sort of a transition of moving my chiropractic practice into health coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be open to any information about that.
Okay, you're thinking about moving it into where?
Health
Leanne?
coaching?
Yeah. You're a communicator. And that I have a spirit guide here for you that says go for it. It's going to be 6 to 10 months till it really gets off the ground, but it's something that's needed, something innovative that's needed. And you're going to be partnering, or someone's going to come in to help you, my dear, with all of this. And it's pretty darn exciting. And you also need to write. I need to move on, but you need to write your findings with your profession, because you are a free thinker and an innovative thinker, Leanne. So keep a journal, would you please?
Okay.
And write down your approaches to things. And along with this comes nutrition. I don't know if you've gotten that far, my dear, but that's going to be integrated into your chiropractic practice. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
And Leanne,
That's my plan.
Very cool. Are you familiar with forensic healing, Leanne?
I have not heard that term, no.
Look up forensichealing.com, and I know that there are people who've been in that field, and then they went into forensic healing, and so that might be the path that you're going in the direction. Also, Eric Pearl and the Reconnection, that's another one.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
great.
I feel Leanne's really branching out. I feel she's ready. It's taken a while, but she's a wounded healer.
Yeah.
Most of us are. but through those hurts and abandonment issues, you've come out shining, sweetheart. God bless you, Leanne.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you offer to people, and just so much gratitude for both of you.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. Thanks for calling in and being such a loyal listener. We appreciate it.
Bless you, darling.
Give us an update.
I really have the best listeners.
You do.
Yeah, I do.
You
and
do.
Watchers.
You do. And in fact, we've got quite a few new ones in the chat room right now. So I'm going to get to some of their calls. So let me see here. Let me see if some different. Okay. I see. Let's go to Tasha. She's on 215. 215. Tasha, are you there?
Tasha, what a pretty name.
Guess we'll try her in a second. Let's see. I know.
We'll keep going.
We'll keep going. It's live. So let's.
We always listen. When you can do a live show, you can do anything.
Yeah, right. So I'm looking for. Let's just go to Michelle. Just give me a number from 1 to 10, and I will go from there.
Well, I always say 8, but let me try 5 this time,
Okay.
John.
So that's area code 925. 925. You're on the line with Michelle. Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Hi, this is Ruta.
Ruta.
Hello.
Hello, my dearest.
Hi, yes.
I picked your
Hi,
number.
thanks for choosing.
I picked your good number, Ruta.
Can you hear me?
Yes, there's a little bit of rumble or static, but
okay. Now I think it should be fine, right?
it's a little better, right, John?
It's a little better, yeah. Where are you calling from, Ruta?
Okay. I'm calling from San Francisco.
Okay. Are you on a computer or what?
Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me just get into the phone line. Okay, now you can hear me fine,
Oh,
right?
way better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear.
Perfect. All right, so Michelle, we had a reading last week, and thank you so much. It was on target. Now I have the same person that I'm trying to reach out, and so his wife, my friend Nishit's wife, has asked if there's any message for her.
Okay. Would you like to share just a little bit about your reading? Because I don't remember, Ruta, what I say. I'm a trans channel.
So,
what were some of the things?
Would you be able to connect to my friend who recently passed away?
Well, I'm hoping so. This is a male friend?
Yes.
Okay. And his wife is who? I wish I'd have her on the phone. Are you the one that was in India? Are you the one from India?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, as far as his mother goes, I don't know if we mentioned nutrition, Ruta, but she's did we?
Right. I'm trying to get answer for his wife. So
yes. Well, I see. Let me go with this. I see all kinds of good food, nutrition, and I hope that will help his mother because she's so devastated. She hasn't been eating much. His wife needs to relax with it all. I feel a little bit of guilt attached with his wife over his passing, and that's okay. And he will like to come in a dream. They do that sometimes, you know. I feel that she needs peace so much. My heart goes out to her because I love my spouse. Would you please pass along? Now, is his wife in India? Is his wife in India as well? May I ask you that?
Yes, she is in India as well.
All right. You may want to write her, of course, a letter. Tell her that he's going to come in a dream to her. And also tell her that there's a special celebration coming up, Ruta. And I'm not sure about the culture. I'm not sure about the culture of India right now and what month that would be. But he will be with her on this anniversary or special celebration. He'll pull his energy down. And he is a very good-looking young man. He has these dark, compelling eyes, darling, and his wonderful dark hair. Yes, and a great smile. So yes, he misses his wife. And please tell her to alleviate any kind of guilt, would you? As I said, She holds on to things of the shoulda, coulda, woulda, Ruta. She does. But you're such a good friend.
Okay.
You're such a good friend to that family. You really are.
I know. And his dad was asking if there's any message for him as well, because they were the two that we didn't talk about. We were focusing on sister, myself, and his mom, but now they also wanted to hear what you have to say, because since you turned out to be 100% right, so they now believe in you.
Well, I don't remember anything I say, so at least they know their son's speaking through me. Mitcha always wanted his dad to be proud of him. And he wants to follow in his dad's footsteps insofar as the personality goes, his dad's personality. And his dad's a very intelligent individual. And his son wants to relay the message that he will always be there for his dad. His dad was his main role model, Ruta. And that's for sure. A very good father he was. And his son just wants him to know that he's made it to a good place. And he was taken to a Hindu shrine. I know that they're very much into that type of culture and religion. So just pass along to his father that he misses him. But also, he actually salutes his father, which is a gesture of love. And also, Ruta, a gesture of respect. Okay? All right, my
I'm sorry,
dearest?
what?
A gesture of respect, she said.
Respect, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you for calling, hon.
Thank you, darling.
And be sure to share them. Be sure to share the video with your friends, and then that way other people get a chance to hear directly from her. Okay. Thank you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yes. So I do want to remind folks, if you're listening live, please hit the share button, share it with your friends, and give people an opportunity to jump in and ask their question and see Michele live, online.
And it can be pet related as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're connecting with loved ones in spirit, whether it be pets or past relatives or relationships.
And I've had a lot of husbands that have passed lately. Like I said, my heart goes out to them, John.
Yeah.
A companion or spouse. So whoever you've lost, this is your chance now. Okay.
All right.
Call in and hopefully I might see you at my seminar.
Yeah, there's a few people in the chat room that said they are coming, and a few of them said they've already been to it. They're coming. They're returning actually. Lee, let's see. We have Lori, of course. We remember Lori going to your seminar, and she's going to go back to the next one. So it's great.
Thank you, Lori.
Yeah, and let me see. There was somebody else earlier as well that was saying that they really enjoyed it. I think it was Kathy actually. So we have a few people in here that are new, so I want to try to get to those new folks, and we will be doing it at random as well, because we have so many calls coming in right now. So just, when we say random, it's spirits choosing your number. So there we go.
And I really want to thank those that are loyal.
Yes.
They email me almost daily now.
Yeah.
We've become a big group of
that's great
of spiritual friends, and there's nothing like it, so thanks so much.
All right, so I'm going to go to an anonymous number. I don't know who this is. They've been holding for about 11 minutes, so I want to get to them. And can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Hello.
Hi, you're live on the air with Michele. Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Hi, my name's Rose, and I'm calling from Steelton, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Rose.
Great.
Yes.
How are you, Rose?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Are you on my fan page now? Are you on my fan page, Rose?
Yes. I've been to a party with you, and you were dead on, and you were fantastic. And I appreciate everything you did.
Thank you. So, do you have a question for me this time?
I have been having a dream of my father trying to tell me that he needs to tell me something very important. I've had people call me and tell me that they have dreamt of my father and he has told them to tell me that he needs to tell me something very important. And I don't know.
And you have had dreams of your father. Are you saying that, Rose? I'm hearing Rosie.
Yes, yes.
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 Yeah, I have your father through. I have your dad through, Rosie. Your dad wants you to be financially secure. And I need to say something unusual. I think, do you still have the household where he lived, the old homestead, or did you sell it?
No, it was sold.
Okay.
It was sold recently.
I don't know if there's any way you can go back through there, but I think there may have been some money hidden there. And what he does is he's jingling change in his pocket, darling. And he is throwing coins down at you to get your attention. So mark these words, Rose. You'll look down and see nickels, pennies, dimes, quarters. Your dad wanted everyone to be secure, and would there be a way to enter the home, or can't you get in there anymore?
No, it was torn down.
Oh,
the whole thing was torn down.
That's okay. Well, then he'll make it up to you in another way, because I just feel that there was some cash hidden in the home. And not for you to be upset about it, darling, but he'll provide for you. Your dad wants you to have security, Rose, above all else. Emotional security and financial, all right? Now, that's water over the dam, but that's the first thing I saw, is an edge of a carpet being lifted or something in a corner that was hidden, some cash. I don't know if you've really gone through and combed through the old homestead, but that's fine. What's done is done, your dad says. Isn't that interesting? Interesting?
I do have like a couple dressers from there. Would it possibly be that I should look through those pretty good?
Yes, yes. Go behind them, take the drawers out, basically, of the dresser. And you might see wood or cardboard. Try to go behind there somehow, because I see $100 bills. I really do. And I think this is what he's trying to get through to you, Rose. And email me, because it's usually correct. And I need to ask you if you have a younger male that you're with, a brother or a son, Rosie.
Son.
Yeah. Dad loves him so much. All right. Dad watches out for him, Rose. So do not worry about your boy. All right. Please don't worry about him.
Okay.
There is going to be a baby on the way. How and when, I don't know.
Oh, really?
But yes, I see it. And then I also see tracks. So tracks can mean where somebody worked or somebody lived. So keep open to tracks, would you please? Somebody may have lived near the railroad tracks or factory, mining or conducting. But I have a grandfather pointing to them. Okay? So you'll understand that. Any other questions, sweetheart?
No, that's about it.
Well, you know, it's so good to talk to you.
I just know he's been trying to get in touch with me.
Yeah. Yes. And you yourself need to get your blood work done, Rose. Do you hear me? Diabetic, glucose blood work, and keep up with your blood pressure. Your dad wants me to tell you that. You have long life, sweetie, but you need to keep up with yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And one other thing. There's a screen door in the back of your house or something, some screen door in the area.
Yes.
Screen door. Dad wants you to keep up with the home that you're in now. That's so funny. And make sure, listen to me, the fire alarms are working correctly. Put batteries in your fire alarms. I hope you do. Do you have fire alarms, Rosie? You better.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Somebody's going to boil something over on the stove, or there might be some smoke. That's the other thing Dad wants to say. And he tells me that you're a real
Okay.
trooper. Nothing's going to hold you down, Rosie.
Well, thank you so much.
And thanks for watching and calling. God bless. Take care of yourself.
Yes, I love you, and I'm hoping to get to your seminar also.
Well, I love you too. I hope to see you.
Oh, thank you, Rosie.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
Take care.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that makes you
Aw.
just want to go, because I know her dad hid cash. I know it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's in the dresser somewhere.
Aw. All right.
yeah.
Well, let's see here. We have, I think, Lori on the line from
Call has been
708.
forwarded to an automated voice.
Oh, well, we did have her. Okay, we're moving on to another call. Let's go with area code 717. I think this is Jackie on the line.
Jackie?
Hello.
Hi,
Yes.
Jackie.
Hi. I'm sorry. I'm down with the flu, so I can't talk real loud, so I apologize.
Oh, that's okay, Jackie. What can I do for you, darling?
Well, I've been going through a lot since November. For a while, I felt my mother was around me, and then my sister, and then an ex, but I never get anything from my father, and I always felt that he was upset with me because I never got to say goodbye.
Okay. I want to tell you something. Sometimes souls do not want us to see them pass away, Jackie. So try to release that guilt. They do not want the last memory to be that we have of them as them taking their last breath. You were a very good daughter. And I know that there's so much love around you. It's unbelievable tonight. Are you okay? Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, there's depression that runs in your family, darling. So I know sometimes you get yourself a little bit down. I know it. Yeah, I'm hearing that from your. I think I have your dad through. He's been gone, I think, for some time, but he says, you know, Jackie, I love you, and he says, I had to step away. I had to do what I needed to do in regards to you. You feel very much alone sometimes, honey. I'm going to send you a great deal of love tonight, depending on where you're located. It's almost 8 o'clock here. I'm going to send you a great deal of love, Jackie. You're never alone.
Okay, I'm in Red Line. I'm in Pennsylvania, so.
Okay. Well, then you're on my time zone, all right? And I do have to also say to you, sometimes I see you sitting and just thinking about life. You have longevity. Dad wants you to know it's nothing that you did wrong. You were not supposed to be there when he took his last breath. And he tried to be fair with everyone in family. And I don't know if he had a will, but I just feel that sometimes people came shooting in to get certain things. So I hope you're okay with his passing, Jackie, in that regard. You understand when I say about a will and so on.
I am okay with it.
Good. I hope you get over your flu. You know, you need to drink more water. This is an aside to what we're talking about. And you need, if you're smoking, curb it. I'm just saying. You have airborne allergies, darling. So when you're in an enclosed area with smoke or chemicals in the air, try to get fresh air. All right. And where are the pine trees, Jackie? Do you have pine trees around your property? Where would pine trees be?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
They're in my front yard.
They are? Well, then I have to say, I know that some
Yes.
of the spirits that you have mentioned like to walk around your property and love the pine trees. Pine trees bring good energy in. Do not worry about finances. You're taken care of, but watch your health. Promise me, okay? Lots of water, good
I will.
nutrition. Whoever played pool?
I did.
Are you kidding me? Your dad shows me a cue stick.
Nope.
You're something else. He gets a kick out of you, Jackie. You need to get back to the you need to get back to the point of loving life, imbibing life. And your dad says, just play a good game of pool for me. Oh,
Okay,
would you?
I'll do that. That's funny.
It is funny. He wants you to lighten up. You're taking things pretty seriously lately. So lighten up, sweetie.
Yeah, like I said, a lot's happened since November, so.
I know it has.
But,
I know. And November's
yeah,
the
I'll do
holidays
that.
with Thanksgiving and Christmas, but you're going to make it. You're a sunshine person. So you wait till April, May, you'll feel a lot better. And always in different ways of your life, from head to toe, sweetheart. You'll feel better. Okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jackie. Feel better, hon.
Take care. Aw.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right. I think we got Lori back on the line. I'm just going to try to speed up the calls a little bit. We got 708. Lori, thank you for your patience, hon.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Michelle.
Hi there, dear. How are you tonight?
Hi.
Today?
I'm good, thank you. I have a question. My husband passed a number of years ago, and I'm struggling with something right now because he's never come to me. But the other day I had a dream about him, and there was no ending. And I'm wondering if he's trying to give me a message of what I'm going through right now.
When you say the dream had no ending, what are you referring to, Lori?
Basically, it was him laying in his bed and asking me to come towards him. And when I went towards him, he never said anything, and I woke up.
Okay. Well, you were with him astrally, you know. Your soul was up out of your body in the next realm with your husband. There's a lot of affection here. I know he's been gone for some time. And I have him wearing work pants. I don't see him dressed up, darling. And
right.
He's standing here. What question would you have for him, Lori, right now? What's the question
What
you
I
have?
need to do with the person that I'm looking to have a relationship with.
That's why we have to narrow it down, my dear. He says, take your time. And he says, don't let anybody pull the wool over your eyes. So I hope the one that you're going to have a relationship with is eligible and willing to commit for you, okay? I don't feel they're playing games, but your husband says you need somebody desperately, Lori, in your life. You do. To laugh with, to have fun with. You were his sunshine, sweetheart. You were there for him at the very end. And when you said you don't feel him or hear him, he's around you more than you know. So watch for license plates, watch for numbers, watch for his name written somewhere on a billboard. Because I'm telling you, he's been trying to say hello. And also he's been ringing your cell phone, Lori. He's been ringing your cell phone. Yeah.
Funny.
It is. So, you know, you flip it and there's no one there. That's him. Take your time with a new relationship.
See me with someone?
Pardon?
Do you see me with someone, or does he see me with someone happy?
Absolutely. But the person you're referring to right now, just take your time with. And my book, here we go, Messages from Beyond, there's a list for a companion. Do you know that, Lori? That's how I met my husband. So make your list, sweetheart. Would you please?
Yes.
Write your name and put your heart is healed from the past and you're ready to attract a true soulmate and companion. And write down 5 or 6 qualities that you would like in someone. Your husband is very protective over you, Lori. He does not want you to be taken for granted. Isn't that interesting? Or taken advantage of, really. Right. So, but you're going to be traveling more. I feel a lot of happiness. Where are you calling from, sweetheart?
I'm actually calling from Texas.
Okay, great. Good state. Yeah, he says he will.
I just moved here a couple years ago.
He says he will bring you the person that you're going to be with. All right? They act like puppeteers sometimes, pulling strings.
Well, he could pull the strings as long as it's the right one.
Do you have my book, Messages from Beyond? You need to think about getting it, Lori. There's a list
I
to make. I
definitely will.
Would you please? And you make 2 copies, one in your pillowcase, and you carry one with you. You need to be very selective. Yeah. Really, you do, because life's so short.
I do.
And happiness with a companion is just about everything. So
Why do I
thank
have
you
a
for.
feeling he doesn't think the person I'm with right now is the one?
He just says, take your time. You have a very giving and loving heart, and you're very outgoing with people. And honestly, he just doesn't want you hurt, okay? It's not that he doesn't like the person. Just take your time. All right, Miss Lori?
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, darling. Take care.
Thank you. I look forward to reading the book.
Yes, you can get it on my website, and I'll sign it for you. Just make a note that you'd like it signed. Messages from Beyond. You'll love it. It's a guidebook.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Lori. We appreciate you calling and for your patience. Okay, so we have, I think, Beth on the line from 616. Is that correct? 616? You're on the line. Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Beth from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Are you there, Beth?
Yeah, hello.
Are we hearing it okay, or John?
Can you just speak for us? We're not hearing you that well on the connection there. What is your question, please?
Oh, is that better?
It's a little bit better. What is your question, hon?
I'm just wondering if my brother, he passed away in October, and there was a lot of issues with family surrounding his death. And I'm curious if he is okay with the way my sister-in-law and I handled it.
All right. Are you referring to his wife, Beth?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Did he pass away pretty quickly, Beth?
It was a year-long battle with brain cancer.
Okay. I just feel very tired with him. I feel like I'm dizzy with him, and I feel like by the time he took his last breath, everything was up for grabs, so to speak. Hasn't been gone long. I do have to say you handled things very well, my dear. The best way you could have handled them with his wife. He adores his wife. I know they were at odds at times. He does tell me they were at odds at times, but there's nothing he would not do for her. This month of February, he was with her. This month of February. He was with her on Valentine's Day, Beth, which I find interesting.
Okay.
And financially, things will get better. And I don't know if that was part of your question, how you handled things, but you did the right thing with the rest of the family. I feel that there was a little bit of upheaval here after he passed with the rest of the family.
There was, when he was in hospice, there was my father and sister-in-law do not get along at all. And there was a lot of issues between them.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of the go-between.
Yeah. And you did a good job. And how's your father doing now, Beth?
I don't know. He's kind of a tough one to read.
Yeah.
He says he grieves for like a week and then he's done and it's over with. So I don't really know.
Well, just know everything's fine, and just know that your brother approves of what you've done. You did the best you could, darling, with what you had to work with in trying to figure things out, and it wasn't easy. But you know, I say this sometimes to people, the loyalty I'm feeling from you, because I'm an empath. There's nothing you would not do for your family, sweetheart. That's for sure.
Right.
Miss Beth. And is there an Ann name? Is that your middle name, Beth? There's an Ann or Anna.
That is my mom's name and my middle name, yes.
Yes. Is your mother on Earth or not?
Yes, but I don't think she's going to be around much longer.
Okay. I just hear that they are preparing a pathway for Ann to come over. I'm not quite sure when. So would you send some prayers up for your mother, please? Send some prayers up for her.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
And maybe the next time I talk to you within a year or so, your mother might say hello. We don't know. She's not passing next week, sweetheart, but her health's going to take a downhill turn. And that's why I wanted you to confirm the name.
I kind of figured that.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyhow, your brother says hello. I like him. Big grin on his face. He loved nature. He adores his wife. He will be around her at night, tucking her in bed, which I find wonderful. And tell her not to worry, that he's in a far better place, Beth. All right? He's in a far better place.
All right.
So
is he with my son?
Your son's passed as well?
No, my son, he's 2 years old. Now, the other day we were getting out of the car for lunch or for breakfast, and my son said, Josh, which is my brother's name. And I said, is Josh going to have lunch with us today? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, well, then you got to be good. And he was so good during breakfast, and he's usually running all over and carrying on.
Well, you know that children can see spirits in the formative years, 1 to 5. They all do. So yes, I want to say your brother's going to be a guide of his, darling. He's watching out for him. You have a wonderful little boy, wonderful. And also write down when he says he sees your brother, write the date and the time down. It'll have some significance, Beth. All right?
Okay.
Well, I hope we get to talk again sometime, dear. Take care.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Beth. Take care, hon. All right. So, Michelle, I think we found Tasha, area code 717. You are on the line.
Tasha?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, I'm glad we got you back, Tasha.
Me too.
What would you like to ask tonight, darling?
I just wanted to see who would come through for me. Last couple of years has been pretty up and down. I've lost
do you have anybody special that you would like to hear from? That sometimes helps to pull them through, Tasha.
My dad.
Your daddy. Okay. He'll be with you on Father's Day in June. June's significant here. He's with someone that salutes, Tasha. That can mean somebody was in the military or July's also significant. So I want you to think for me. You may have had a grandfather in World War II or served in the military. Somebody did with a salute. And also July. If July means anything, please let me know. Okay?
Yeah, that's the month that his dad passed away.
Yes. So this is your father's father confirming it is indeed him, saying hello with a salute, which means July. And someone was proud to serve our country too, Tasha. Your dad loves you, darling. It was not easy for him at the end. But I have to say, what a good person. What a kind heart I feel with him, Tasha. I know you miss him. And I also have to ask who baby girl is. Who's the youngest sibling, baby girl, in your family? Do you have a younger sister?
I had a daughter. Yeah, but I had a daughter right before my dad passed away that he didn't get to meet.
Okay. Are you the youngest in family? Are you the baby girl? Are you the youngest girl?
I'm the oldest.
Okay. So you're firstborn girl, right? He considers you baby girl. He also tells me he knows about your daughter, and they were in the same soul group, sweetheart. She has seen your dad, just like the last caller, at times. He's very proud of her. She's lovely. And he tells me you get down on yourself, Tasha. What's going on? You browbeat yourself, honey. Right?
I do.
I know. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I just feel lost.
I know you are. I feel it. Let me enter your energy field. Count your blessings. I want you to do this every morning, please, and every night. Count your blessings. You're happy for your daughter, your life, your home. When you do that, it flips the coin into the positive aspect, Tasha, of life. And you have so much, sweetheart, to be thankful for. So much.
I do.
You really do. If you think about that logically. And I think once we count blessings, everything just seems to lighten up, you know? Now, have you been down to Disney World yet? Have you been down to Florida yet, darling?
No, not yet.
Well, guess what? Put your money back. Your dad wants you to go down with your daughter to Florida. So, yeah, it's been a long winter, and you have seasonal affective disorder. I guess you already know that. You know what that is?
I was wondering that.
Yeah, guess what?
It always seems like the wintertime.
Yeah, it's been confirming. It's been confirmed. You go down between November through March because you need sun on your skin. So even on a gray day, get out and get some sun on your forearms. Know that Daddy loves you. He watches out for you. Do me a favor, sweetheart. Start counting your blessings, okay, Tasha? Would you?
I will. Yes. I have one more question now that I think of this.
Real quickly.
Did he say anything about my oldest son?
Yeah, your oldest son has had some struggles. How old is he now, your oldest boy?
He's 15.
Yeah. Learning to drive. Is he going to learn to drive? I get, driver's permit. Your
In June,
father, your father's going to protect him from any form of substance abuse or going down the wrong path. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, and this is something that you worry about. It's something that you think about.
Yes.
He's in God's hands. He's not going to come to harm in an accident. Your dad's telling me, and also your dad's protecting him from peer pressure and also being drawn into a path that he shouldn't go down. Does that make sense, Tasha?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So just know that you're protected, you're loved, and you're watched over, sweetheart. So I want to say thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in, Tasha. God bless you, honey.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, Michelle, we are going into overtime. It's up to you if you would like to continue. It depends on your energy. And so just let me know. And I know we have a few people that are still holding in the chat room that are eager to speak to you. So it's up to you, sweetheart.
Okay, do we have a new number, area code?
Yeah, we have several that are holding right now. So
okay.
So it's really up to you. I was going to have you go ahead and pick at random. That way we're fair with who gets chosen.
My goodness.
So just pick a number from 1 to 25. Let's just start there.
All right, what about 10?
All right.
I'm getting off my track. I'm usually 3 and 8 and 1 and
All right, so here we go. Area code 410 is on the line. Can we have your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Hi, this is Janine.
Hi, Jean.
Janine, hi.
Where are you calling from, Jean?
Janine, hi, Michelle. It's Janine. I'm calling from Maryland.
Oh, Janine. Hi there, darling.
Yes. Hi. Oh, I'm so excited that I got picked. Thanks for picking number 10.
I don't know why I picked 10, but I guess you're supposed to have a little mini reading, Janine. What can I do for you, sweetheart? What's your question?
Well, both my parents have passed, and I know that we're close, and I speak to them all the time, but if they had any messages, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now, so I want to leave it up to them.
All right, darling. I had your mother through. She looks fantastic. Okay. She wants to give you a hug because you feel so much alone. She's extending love to a daughter. Do you have a daughter, Janine?
Yes.
All right. You worry about your daughter, your mother tells me. I don't know if your daughter's been involved with any kind of substance abuse or not.
Yes.
Okay. Because she gives me the symbol for that. And it's pretty rampant in today's world. So your daughter will be okay. I don't know if she's still using, but your mother's trying to help her. I need to tell you this. Your mother is trying to help your daughter. And I have an in-law for you, which I don't usually receive.
Oh.
I have I think is your mother-in-law passed, sweetheart?
Actually, my mother-in-law is passed, but I never knew her, and so is my father-in-law. I'm actually divorced, but yes, my mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Okay, guess what? Your mother-in-law's here. You don't have to know them. They see and know you. She's siding with your mother in regards to your daughter. All right?
Wow.
And so, So they're working together in tandem to make sure your daughter either gets the help she needs or her self-esteem comes up to the level where you really don't have to worry about her anymore. And I have to say something, you know, there is power in prayer, Janine. I hope you stay in your prayer time for your daughter.
Yes.
Because she's a beautiful girl. And I'm entering your energy field too, and I feel a little bit alone with you. But you know, you're in God's hands, sweetheart. You're in God's hands. And things will improve. Your job will improve. I don't know what you do for a living. I must
actually, I'm right now I'm doing my artwork, so I'm technically unemployed. So I'm looking for a job.
Okay, well, guess what? It will improve. You're job hunting, you will have a job. So glad you're doing artwork, because that is very soothing for you, soothing for your soul. It grounds you, Janine. You're very creative and very loving, sweetheart. And tonight you just need a big old hug. You need a big old hug. And a pat in the back. So just know I have 2 female figures, mother and mother-in-law. Everything will be okay. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. That old song. You know, the old reggae song, reggae. Don't worry, be happy. And you're a sun person too. Once this weather shifts here in the East, you're going to feel much better. I will personally pray for your daughter, Janine. I will. I feel, yes, I feel that she's had some setbacks here that are pretty devastating to you, if I'm correct. So just know everything will work out. And I thank you for watching and calling. Thank you so much from Maryland.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm one of your longtime customers. I've known you since '98.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I say or who I'm talking to, but I thank you for your loyalty. It makes me feel good.
Yes, I love you so much.
I love you too. Have a good night, darling. Aww.
Thank you for calling, Janine. Take care, hon.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I do have to say, John, I have counseled, not that anything's going to happen to Janine's daughter or whoever else I was just talking to. I've counseled so many parents within the last 18 months to 2 years who have a daughter or son who has passed from an overdose unintentionally.
Wow.
And I mean, it's just, so my heart goes out to parents. I'll pray for your children. It's pretty rampant right now. You know,
we had talked about that on the last show with Candace and Christy, that, you know, a lot of these kids are just overly sensitive in the sense that, and I don't mean overly sensitive in a negative term, I mean overly sensitive in the sense that they're coming in as, very open. Their auras are very open. They are absorbing a lot of the negativity. They're not really prepared for this world. And, I want to encourage people to go back and listen to that show, all about indigos. There's several shows now, but go back and listen to the one, especially with Michelle, which was last week. And we had discussed the fact that kids are coming in, with their auras blown open, and imbibing all of this negative energy, and they're turning to drugs, they're turning to different forms of escape, they're acting out just because they don't know how to handle what it is they're processing.
And I need to say, it's not poor parenting skills, because these parents are loving, that I counsel, they are concerned about their children, they have a little bit of guilt about what happened. So I will pray for anyone watching. If your child is drawn into substance, and
so just look up the Indigo Kids. Indigo children, Rainbow children, Crystal children. There's a whole documentary that Christy did on that. Children of the Rainbow is what it's called.
It was a wonderful show. Great for parents. And I think we're both indigos. Didn't we figure that out?
Yes, we did. Yes. Right. And so I just want to put that out there for the folks that are having, hard times with their kids. And
and that's a very good thought too, because it seems like it's been accelerated in the last few years, this pull towards substance.
And today felt pretty heavy. I mean, a lot of people dealing with a lot of stuff today.
I know.
Could you feel it tonight in the energy?
Yeah,
it was really,
I could. I go right into their energy field. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I feel the seasonal affective disorder, the depression.
Yeah.
But, the people are reaching out, and I'm glad they are. I'm glad I can be here to help them.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a short time.
Yeah.
That's my mission. And you do an excellent job too, John.
Well, thank you, honey. Well, it's 5:20 here on the West Coast. So how's your energy doing? Do you want to do one more, or are you ready to wrap?
Well, I think I'm pretty good for this evening.
Okay, you got it. I understand. I totally get it. So I just want we keep it real with folks. We let them know. We're very sensitive. So the energy you bring to the calls, we pick up on.
Yes.
And go ahead, honey.
26 years ago, I started with doing 8 readings a day.
Mm-hmm.
And as it has progressed, I can do 1 or 2 now.
Wow.
A day, because the energy shifts. And especially when someone, and God bless them, we all have problems, but I actually enter into their body and their auric field. And I love them. Mm-hmm. It's just that I can only do so many readings.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But I want to thank everyone who listened and watched tonight. I love you all, and you're all in my prayers.
For sure. And be sure to leave a comment on Facebook. Keep in touch. Like Michelle's page. That's Michele Livingston. That's with 1 L. And go to her website. Sign up for the seminar.
And the newsletter.
And the newsletter. Yeah, exactly. And John sends a wonderful newsletter every week. And and the books that we talked about today were Living in the Afterlife and also Messages from Beyond. And those books are available at Michelle's website and also, I believe, on Amazon. I was looking earlier on Amazon.
Yes,
so you can get the digital form.
Barnes & Noble and in Kindle or Nook.
Yeah.
They can get them as well.
Great.
So, and one more shout out.
Sure.
If you have an inspirational story about a beloved pet or animal or anything that you would like to share, I will look at it, read it, and possibly include it in my new book.
Great.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be
about
awesome.
That project.
Yeah, and I shared your the book you sent me with Native Americans. I sent a friend of mine saw it on my coffee table and was like, "Can I borrow this book?" And I'm like, "Of course. I want you to learn all about what Michelle's. He's really into this, so I think he's gonna give me an update on what he thought of the book."
I was in Sedona, Arizona, on a vision quest, and I heard a voice say, "I am Red Cloud." And I had been sending donations to the children at the Red Cloud Indian School, never realizing there was a Chief Red Cloud that the school was named after in the Dakotas.
Yeah.
So he wanted his story told and brought through Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Black Elk. It's an easy read, but it's from their hearts.
Yeah.
And it's called Echoes in the Wind, Messages from the Tribes of the Nation.
Yeah, and he was very drawn to it. And I was like, of course, borrow it, take it with you. And, because he's really into the Native American and the tribal spirituality. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were here first.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you as always. Love you very much.
Love you, and always be kind. That's our motto, John.
Yes, everyone, be kind to one another, and we will see you back next week. Take care.
Same time.